Live.
Yo, what is up, Facebook fam? We are here. Maintain Your Gains Trading Group, episode 5. The date is February 1st. Let's go. 2021.
We
First month in
going.
the books.
12th of the
We
year.
ready, man. We was gonna jump into some more just kind of introduce some people from the members from the group. But with the way GameStop has been acting last week, 2 weeks, you might want to say, hey, we gotta just we gotta talk about that just a little bit. You know what I mean? So Mike, well, did you play GameStop last week? That's the first question. First and foremost, did you play it?
The words I'm going to use here are 10-foot pole. I stayed away from GameStop because I was not about that life. Do I have video right now of me, or is it all black screen?
Yeah, I'm watching you. I see
okay.
You on?
Yes.
You on?
So for me, I stayed away from it. There was way too much volatility in it. I mean, shooting to the moon. I think Wallstreet Bets is successful. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to continue to say it forever. That I don't trust Wallstreet Bets, not even a little bit. So no, I did not play GameStop. I didn't play AMC. And by the time it hit about $140 per share, it was overpriced at that point in time. So I stayed away from it. How about you, Schizzo? What was your look at it? You got into it.
Yes.
You got into it. You're
yes,
an animal.
Sure.
You're an animal. You are an animal.
Yes, I got in that boy. Of course I played it. Why wouldn't I play it? Risk tolerance on 1,000. Come to me, bro. Yes, I played that bad boy. I played AMC five different contracts on AMC. Played about over the course of 2 weeks. Played about 10 different contracts on GameStop.
Did you give it just?
I mean, it's just irresistible. I mean, we're talking about because we small games, small games gang. Yep. So, and we just trying to maintain our gang. So we're happy with the small stuff. But how can I turn down $100 premium when the stock's at 300 and I can trade the $35 ticker?
I understand. Wow, you got $35 put.
$35 put, bro. $100 premium. Did you not even look at the ladder?
I didn't even look at the ladder, yo.
It's a 10-foot pole for real. I'm not even gonna tip myself. I'm not even gonna begin to.
I know,
bro. $35 put, bro, giving me 100 and 150, and it's sitting at 300. Oh, it's irresistible. It's irresistible.
All right, listen.
I just gotta take it. I just gotta take the chance.
If it's going to just offer it to me, I'm going to take it.
I got no chance. I mean, she walk up to the door with nothing but a trench coat on. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Who am I? Who am I to be a bad
man? Who am I to say no? 100%, bro. Yeah, so it's definitely in there. I mean, it's been a fun ride though. It's been interesting to see. You got a few people out there that definitely believe that it's legit. I know you keep saying cesspool, but it's a lot of people out there just believe that Wallstreet Bets is legit group.
These people that are out there that think Wallstreet Bets is a legitimate group or have done Wallstreet Bets since 2021. If you've been on Wallstreet Bets anytime before 2020, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a cesspool of knowledge because the problem with Wallstreet Bets is that you got a lot of unsophisticated investors that are like, yo, I'm about to buy 100 contracts of this marijuana stock and it's going to the moon. And then what happens? We take that premium and we good. That's why we win. Because unsophisticated investors flock to Wallstreet Bets right now. So yes, Wallstreet Bets is a cesspool. That's facts. Now, the memes are great. The memes are funny, but the information there is trash 90% of the time.
But so you was on Wallstreet Bets? You've been on there?
I've known about Wallstreet Bets since I think 2017, 2016, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not. I've definitely looked at Wallstreet Bets for a little bit here, a little bit there, but just in general, there's not a lot of great information on Wallstreet Bets. I mean, if you're going to make an investment decision by looking at what Wallstreet Bets will do for you, make a new decision. Make another one.
Yeah, because I mean they had something else they were trying to run this week or this morning, I guess, the XLF. Yeah, XRP, the crypto stuff, whatever that is. But I don't know how true it is that was legit them. You know what I'm saying? You get so many things on social media, you don't know what's legit coming from them, what's not. I don't know anything about Wallstreet Bets. I just know high premium when I see high premium. So
No, yeah,
that's what I know.
and I think that's a good point to go onto, right? So I stayed away from GameStop because I think that I didn't want to run puts on that, and I was going to run some call spreads on it once it got to 330, 340, but with the amount of movement in that stock, you don't know what it's going to do. But getting $100 on a put for that one, I wouldn't want to be in a GameStop position, right? Because it could have easily fallen $300 when it was at 335. Easily fall $300 in 3 days, in my opinion. I think we saw what was the loss today? 35% or so.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what the percentage was, but it was definitely large. I can look at it real quick.
Yeah, I think it went from 330 to around. I saw it at 230, maybe around 220. Around 2:20 p.m. today. I think it was around $230. Yeah, I think around that point. Yeah. So with those kind of massive movements, that's great for premium. That's great for volatility, of course, because I assume the volatility rank right now is at 100%. It has to be. But yeah, couldn't do it.
And that's why what you're saying, everything that you're saying is kind of like why I said yes.
I understand.
Because it's 100%. From my mindset, 100% too big to fail type of situation.
Yeah.
So the premium is so high that even with the fall from 300 back to 75,
yes,
I feel like I would have.
No, I understand.
Because you know what I'm saying, like $35 strike,
yeah,
$100 premium. It's way too high to say the stock's at $300.
I agree.
So that's what I was playing. That's the mindset I had on it. That's why I went ahead and took made the move on it. And I did it, like I said, probably 8 of them over the course of 2 weeks in the same area, 35. Some of them was even in the 20s, bro. I was getting 100 for even some of them in the 20s.
How much?
And the other.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The only other thing I was gonna say, the other part of that was, even if it fell back 300, before the pop off, right? It was still sitting at 30, 40. You get what I'm saying? So even before the pop off jumped up, it was still sitting at 30, 40. So I feel like, at the very least, I get out that thing at a loss. Cut my losses like you do when you talk about E-Trade. Cut my loss with it if that's the case. I would listen. At no point was I getting a sign. Was I getting a sign? That wasn't happening.
So wait. So you're not running the wheel. You're not running the wheel on GameStop. Is that what you're telling me?
No. At no point was I getting a sign. That was not taking place. That was not in the wheelhouse. That was not in my wheelhouse.
I will be taking loss or no gain. There's no middle ground here.
Right, 100%. 100%, bro. I was not gonna get a sign. That was not how it was about to go down. I was willing to take the L. I just feel like the opportunity with the premium being that high, with the stock being that far apart, there's no way I couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Just on the simple fact of when it comes back down to say 75, 60, the volatility's gonna fall out of it, I think. And when that volatility falls out, the premium's gonna fall out. So I thought it was win-win. Traded 8 times. I'm not in it currently. Probably made about probably pushed 300-400 maybe.
That's good money right there. You can't hate that. Honestly, that's really good money. So, I guess, when it's all said and done, it's all about maintaining gains, like we said earlier. Having those small gains really could add to your profile month after month. Having those small gains month after month to be able to increase your portfolio. X, how about you, man? Were you able to play GameStop, AMC, SLV, any of these, Reddit meme stocks?
He didn't say, but I think he might be just listening in today. I don't know if he's actually on the mic. He might have some things.
Okay.
If you're there, X, go ahead and chime in, bro, for sure. But on the GameStop, but if not, it's fine. Like I said, I think he's just kind of listening in today.
So I guess let's talk about something else then. So
as far as you talking about GameStop and what, AMC?
Yeah, did you?
Well, yeah, he was just asking. Did you take any shots on those?
Yeah, I took a shot at AMC. Hell, I took a shot this week. I did some. I got some last week at about 600.
Yeah,
I'll tell the rooms. I got some at about 600 last week.
600 premium. 600.
$6 strike. No, $6 strike.
Okay.
Yeah, $6 strike.
Yeah, so cause like during the chat, I missed it at 300. Of course, I was at work. I got bad signal, so I missed it at 300. So by the time I saw the messages and everything, like it was too late. The premiums had already went down. So the best that I could get was at 600. So that's what I took.
Did you take a W or take an L on the premium?
I took a W on the premium.
Yeah, that's all that matters when it's all said and done. I mean, just continue to make those gains is really the only thing that matters. So
yeah, and Robinhood kind of pissed me off because it wouldn't let me buy to close on Friday. That's when I asked everybody, was everybody able to buy? Because I wasn't able to buy it. It wouldn't give me the option. So I ended up doing it today.
And I think
so. You still got out. You still got it up for a good price then because it went up more. So you probably got out of a better spot.
Yeah, I did. I think it's like 70% or something.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
I was also gonna say, Mike, that
go ahead.
The AMCs I did, like I told you, I don't remember how many it took, maybe 4 or 5, something like that. I did take some AMCs though, and that was a situation, bro, where because my first cover call, right, that I think I ever did, might have been on AMC. And
wow.
Because it was like
it's so small.
It was on, it was so small. Like, hey, I'll get a sign on it. Whatever happens, fine. So I'm comfortable with where I was at. I took the 3.5, the 4, and the 4.5. I don't think I went in higher than that. And I was taking, bro, $4.50 put. I was taking 65 out of it.
Wow.
$65. Wow. So I'm like, look, bro, if you want to give me some shares of AMC and 450, then by all means, give me those shares. I'm taking this $65, fam.
That's 12. That's about 12 to 15% off top before you do anything. Just on the maximum gain, on the maximum loss, you're taking 12% gain. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
And you think about if I do get a sign and I say I want to get back out the shares. I mean, you take 65 off the 450. I'm already under $4. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, for AMC, it was the exact opposite of the game. I was like, hey, from day one, from the moment I put it on, I said, assign me. Go for it. I'll take these shares. You know, because it's so, I didn't go above 4.5. You know, it ran up to 12, 13, 14. Some people were probably playing the 8s, the 9s, the 10s. None of that's for me. I'm just fine with 3.5, 4, 4.5, and that's what I did on it. And I took, some of them I took 20, some of them took 50. The best one I took was $65.
Fantastic, man. Yo, those kind of games. Was that on a weekly or on a monthly?
Come on,
it was a weekly.
You know good and well.
It was a weekly.
You know good and well, bro. That dude said was it a monthly or a week? Come on, chat. Why this one playing with me, bro? Why this one playing with me, bro?
Listen,
bro. Don't get me on your monthlies, bro. Don't get me on your monthlies, bro.
I'm going to convert everybody. I'm going to convert everybody.
Not me, bro. Not me. I got that LabVIEW, bro, that I did on a monthly, bro.
Yes.
And I opened that mug up on January 14th, and it just closed today. I was like, man, this cat might set me up for failure.
Bro, you know what happened in the market, man. You know what happened in the market. If you had a weekly, you would have took an L. You know that,
because I had plenty of weeklies.
No.
Been taking dubs.
You would have taken an L on one of those weeklies on this last week. But before we go into...
I did take one.
Yes.
I took it. I didn't say L. I got assigned. We didn't say L.
Yes.
Because I got assigned at 128. You know what I'm saying? And it must open at 132. Best believe I was up out of there. Overnight 400. Plus my premium from last week. Let me holler at you. It was a good time. All right. I'm done. So what were you saying about to go?
So I want, when X was talking about Robinhood, I want to kind of transition talking about Robinhood and what they were doing, and kind of what y'all think about that. So, as everybody probably knows, that's watching this. Robinhood really restricted the amount of stocks that you could buy, or how you could buy those stocks by having a significant amount of margin requirements that's acceptable for that stock. And not just Robinhood, that was TD Ameritrade. I think Fidelity did that as well. I mean,
Interactive Brokers jumped in on it. Webull jumped in on it. Tasty Trades platform.
Yeah, so
it was across the board. Which, when you want to, am I free to say my thoughts on it?
So
you want to talk about thoughts of what I thought about Robinhood? I mean, you got so many people out there. Just trashing Robinhood, bro. Just trash. And hey, don't get me wrong. Yeah, they're trash. They got plenty of trash.
Rightfully so. Yeah.
But the entire industry doing the same thing. Why is Robinhood the only one you're talking about? I don't get that part. Because at the end of the day, Robinhood is my go-to.
Yes.
I go on there. I pull up my interface. It says buy or sell. I hit my buttons. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. I don't have to cycle through all these other little gadgets. You know what I'm saying? Just go straight to the point. So Robinhood definitely my go-to, but they definitely be on some nonsense. But at the same time, like I appreciate a little fair criticism across the board. You know what I'm saying? CD and Ameritrade. E-Trade was even tripping on some things that I tried to do last week. It might not have been the restrictions, but they, you know what I'm saying, they're all having problems with performing because we're in an unprecedented time right now. You got numbers at all-time high as far as people, you know, participating in the market. But as far as what they did, I'm not tripping. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they did what they had to do to maintain the situation. And like I said, they did across the board. And I really view it, I had somebody tell me that that's incorrect the way I viewed it. But the way I viewed it is when you short a stock, shorting a stock is selling a stock. And you have to borrow shares from the broker. Sometimes when you short a stock, it will be what you call hard to borrow. If it's hard to borrow, you cannot, I mean, you could short it, but it might be hard to get the short. And in those cases, what you want the broker to do? They don't have stocks to short. They don't have shares to short. You can't short it. So to me, I view it very much the same way. Robinhood, they try to somewhat seem like they try to deny it, but at the end of the day, it seems like they just didn't have the liquidity to make the moves, which is what they should have just said. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to sugarcoat it, it seemed like they didn't have the money to make stuff move. And that's why you see them right now. They did it last week and they did it today, getting all these extra funding.
Yeah.
Because they just don't have the money. They don't have the cash is what it seems like the problem is. I have a problem with it. Yeah. Personally.
Yeah. See, I guess I go back to the, you know, we want a free and open market. You know, for me, liquidity is king, right? Like we want an open market. We want people to participate in the market. Specifically as Black people, we don't participate in the market at any kind of rate. And now, you know, when we set a situation where, you know, you're trying to do something and your market maker or your broker just stops you. There might be liquidity issues with Robinhood, and I was watching some CNBC interviews, and I was watching other people interviewing, and they were all talking about liquidity issues potentially. But you know what? It's because I guess I don't have enough of a grasp on it to understand all the intricacies of what a broker needs and the requirements of a broker are to have a great conversation about the liquidity issues. Just coming from an outside observer that actually didn't invest in GameStop, AMC, or any of these meme stocks that Reddit was pumping at the time, I just don't like it. I mean, they might have
like the way it looked. For sure.
I just don't like the way it looked, man. They might have a reason, and the reason might be valid. But the issue is, to me, it's you stop trading completely. Not you stop trading on just the buy side. You stop trading completely, and that I think is fair. I think if you do it like that, then I can understand that. But if you just restrict the buy side and you let people sell, you are artificially saying you want the price to drop, regardless of what your regulatory requirements are, regardless of your liquidity issues. If you just restrict buying, you know what's going to happen. It's going to drive the price down because people aren't going to be selling for higher, right? People are going to be selling and driving the price lower and lower over time. So this artificial, like that. I think like with the lawsuits that are coming, with the class action lawsuits that are coming to Robinhood and to other brokers or brokerages, I think those are warranted, man. Like that is manipulating the market, even if they have a reason. Even if there is a reason, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong because I'm not a legal expert, and hopefully we can get somebody on here one day that can talk to us. It's wrong, man. It just is, man. I can't.
I'm with you. I'm with you in the boat that as far as knowing how the liquidity and all that works, having the knowledge on that. I'm ignorant to the same facts. So I'm with you on that as far as maybe I guess we say debate. But as far as how I feel about it, what I think the exact opposite, of course, you know, always opposite of Mike. But I think it's 100% right. Yeah. They did what they had to do to maintain. And the fact that you saw multiple brokers doing it, to me, if it was just Robinhood, legit, if it was legit just Robinhood, and nobody else made a peep, then I'd be like, all right, what's popping? Yeah. But the fact that you had broker after broker after broker, even some of the big ones. I mean, even Charles Schwab sent me emails saying, you know, they had restrictions on some things. You know what I mean? But I guess, it to me, it just seemed like they did what they needed to do. To me, it even seems like maybe there's regulations in there at work, like maybe some things that happened in the past, like maybe the financial crisis in 2008 or whatever. Yeah. Maybe some things that were put in place back then is what you're seeing at work now. But like you already said, we don't have an understanding of how all that works, what the regulations are, and everything. But I think maybe there's some regulations at work that force their hand to do that. And I believe, I believe when it comes to the things you mentioned about the lawsuits and everything else,
yes,
I think all those are going away. Ain't nothing gonna happen.
I
don't even know if I think there's gonna be a settlement situation.
I think that the issue you're gonna have, I think the difference is like you saying like Interactive Brokers, Schwab, or TD Ameritrade, whoever. I know a lot of those companies did have restrictions on GameStop. Those restrictions were on margin, right? So the difference was, I know a lot of times like they would increase their margin or their margin requirements from whatever, like 30% to 300%, which in that I can agree with, right? Now we're just saying that their margin requirement or the basically the margin requirement for that position is 3 times the actual cash value of that position. Which, you know what? If you want to do it that way, I think that's fine, right? But I think
that's what TD Ameritrade did. Right?
Exactly.
That's what TD Ameritrade did.
And I think that is fine, right? Because I think you can set your margin requirements. We see that in E-Trade all the time. Margin will go from 60% to 30% to 45%. I've seen that plenty of times when the risk gets too high for a stock. Hey, I'm cool with that. And if you want to do that with Robinhood, hey, if you wanted to increase your margin requirements for that specific stock, let's do it like that. But when you go ahead and say you cannot trade the stock at all, at all, like that's I think I think that's what the difference is between like a TD Ameritrade and a TD Ameritrade and a Robinhood, right? Because I think that's the biggest difference. Because TD Ameritrade fundamentally did not say you cannot trade the stock. It said that if you want to trade it, it's a little bit more difficult. You're running in sand versus a roadblock, basically.
Yeah, I got you. And see, but and from that perspective, with that comment, yes, you're right. That does make sense. But I'm not sure if all of them did it that way. I'm not sure that all of them just simply did a margin. I don't know what I don't know what any of them did, to be honest. The only one I know what they did was Robinhood and TD Ameritrade. Them the only two I actually know what they did. I just know everybody else had restrictions. I don't know what those were. The only two I know is TD and Robinhood. So you could be right. If everybody else did margin and Robinhood was the only one restricted shares, which I don't think that's what happened. But if that's what happened, then I get what you're saying.
But I think even beyond that, like even if Robinhood wasn't the only one to do that, like I think they should all, like I think all of them, like if multiple companies, they might have a regulatory reason, but even still, like free market. We talk about capitalism, America, fuck yeah, basically. Like this is what we talk about. We talk about capitalism. We talk about the free market, and we talk about movement of money all the time here in America. And to me, that's just not. I mean, they might have a reason, but even still, you don't want to have a marketplace where people are jetting into the market where they see the market is unfair and it's biased towards hedge funds. So,
from that point, you move forward, right? You learn from it, right? So in that case, let's say it happens again a year from now, 2 years from now. Then you could be, you could be mad now, but I'm saying, but a year from now, 2 years from now, you could be mad. But if you're in an unprecedented time, you learn from that mistake, you adjust the regulations or adjust whatever you need to adjust so it don't happen again. Because we're all in agreement that this is kind of a first time territory.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, they got that as far as excuse. And then when it comes down to the settlement portion of it, we both know, we don't know exactly how settlement works, but we know cash has to settle. We know that's part of the game.
Of course.
And if they don't have the funds to do it,
they got it.
I don't know what you want me to say.
No, I understand. And then they ain't got it, but remember, man, brokerage is the middle.
We're pushing 25 minutes. Mike, so
we can basically call it. So guys, this is just kind of close it out. So this is just our opinion about GameStop, AMC, all the meme stocks, Reddit, and kind of the situation that was happening. Be safe in investing. If this is an opportunity that you want to take, and you're using this opportunity to move forward and get into the market, I definitely applaud that anybody watching that you definitely should take this opportunity and go into the market. Maintain your gains is our philosophy here. You don't want to be out here losing significant amount of money doing these positions. So be smart about what you're doing. Consult a professional financial advisor if you can. And, just get on here. We'll talk about this every week about this. And, always say, maintain your gains. Anything else to say before we call it a day? Anything to say?
Stay on the call. Stay on the call after you end the live.
Okay, guys. Maintain your gains, episode 5. We'll see y'all next week, Monday at 7 o'clock. Have a blessed and wonderful day.